Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's play some more Asphalt 9 on Nintendo Switch, and today we're gonna be using this beauty right here. Oh yes, it's the first video of 2023, and we're gonna start it in the way that it should, with Veneno gameplay. Now it's not just gonna be any random Veneno gameplay, especially since I cannot even use it in multiplayer normally, but right now there is a 1v1 tournament, precisely with the Lamborghini Veneno. As you can see, I haven't played it at all, so we're gonna be seeing what we get, because they give you two offers for what version of the Veneno to use, with slightly different stats, and here we go. For example, both of them have the exact same speed. One has better acceleration, the other one has better handling. I'd much rather better acceleration, because handling you can kind of make up for it a little bit with the drift and all of that, but the acceleration matters. So I'm gonna go for that one and see how it goes. I did this this tournament already a couple days ago, or a day ago, something like that. Then I got a version of the Veneno with higher top speed versus the higher nitro. Still, I went for top speed because, again, that helps. Alright, so you know how this goes. It's gonna be 12 races, and I can only lose a maximum of 2 times. If I lose a third time, I get completely disqualified, and I get a certain amount of rewards. The maximum reward that I'll get if I beat all 12 races, it's 250,000 credits, which is honestly not a ton, but hey, it works. So let's find an opponent and let's start this up. Alright, first race is gonna be versus Mr. Bad Karma 100. So let's see what happens. These 1v1 tournaments, I used to not like them very much, at least on global, because normally they would only give you blueprints for the Idle Design Da Vinci, but to be completely honest, I don't think they have done this 1v1s in a very long time. In fact, that's one thing that the Switch has been doing differently, where they do many more 1v1s, and they tend to be precisely just for credits, and again, it's not like it's a gajillion credits or anything, but they're absolutely useful. Especially if you enjoy driving the car, and honestly, right now it's with the Veneno, right? But normally they do switch it up quite a bit to see which car you're gonna be driving. Sometimes it's with very, what would you say, seasonal cars, like a special car from the special event or seasonal event or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes random cars. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because there's definitely quite a bit of variety. And I think that's pretty good. And like I said, they're doing so many more than they did in the global version. And honestly, I do kind of like this. I like it because it helps me a little bit to hone my skills in a 1v1 environment. For example, these particular 3 tracks, it's not that I'm a master, but I have gotten used to them enough where I can perform all right. So yeah, at least that's a little bit of practice that I get against an actual person. All right, so first race in the bag. Let's continue. Oh yeah, baby. In fact, now that I think about it, I think like I said, in the global version, the 1v1s were only to get blueprints for the Idle Design Da Vinci, right? I think here in the Switch version, the Idle Design Da Vinci like that in a 1v1 tournament has only been available like once. Other than that, it's all been for the credits, and honestly, I think it's it's a better situation. I mean, sure, I would. Oh no! Oh Jesus Christ, I messed up. I wanted to hug the wall, but I did it a bit wrong. Fortunately, the other guy is doing pretty bad. Even after that terrible mistake, I'm still doing alright. So yeah, the Idle Design Da Vinci, I don't think I have it maxed in this game, so would it be nice to have it maxed? Yes. Would I prefer to get a bunch of 1v1s where I would get blueprints for that car? Absolutely not. I'm okay with getting 250,000 credits if I win the whole thing. If not, I still get some credits, probably something like 50,000 or less. But it's alright. Again, I do it a little bit for the fun. You get also some reputation for your club, and I think it's fine. It's a good way to spend some time in this. Oh Jesus, that was terrible. Okay, we're fine. Surprisingly, right now I did terrible in this race, right? But normally I do pretty alright. The one that I have the most troubles in is in Himalayas, and we're gonna get to that at some point in this video, for sure. Alright, second win, beautiful. And also, I was just thinking the other day about this whole thing that they do call it a tournament. To me, it was just like a sequence of 12 races. If you can win them all, then you win the big prize, right? And then I realized, like, oh no, yeah, it's meant to be like a tournament. You just don't see the brackets. I mean, whether or not this game actually internally has a bracketing system or something, it does feel like it's a tournament in the sense that it does feel like at the start you tend to encounter the easier opponents. The later it gets in the tournament or the bracket or whatever you want to call it, then you start really finding harder opponents. Sometimes you end up finding a ton of people that are just pretty much farming this thing for some credits, because whether win or lose, if there's enough farmers and they're all doing pretty much automatically, they're probably gonna advance some positions. And besides, you're not spending any fuel, right? You'll advance some positions and you'll still get some rewards even if you end up losing all 3 races. Because obviously, if you're just auto farming with touch drive, you're not gonna win all 12 races. You're eventually gonna find someone that is actually playing. But yeah, I think that's why people also do it. And that's why I believe that normally in the first couple of races, probably the first half, you end up finding a bunch of people that are not really trying all that hard. So it's kind of expected to get some W's at the start, but later on is when it will get difficult. Like, would it be fantastic if I could win this entire 1v1 tournament in the first video of 2023? Of course! It would be a great omen for the beginning of the year, right? But being realistic, I don't think I'll be able to do that. I'm gonna try though, obviously, but hey, I know my limitations. And like I said, at the start, it's easy because you end up finding the people that either don't have a ton of experience if they don't make it very far into the brackets, or you find the people that are just farming it. So either way, yeah, you have it easy at the start, but later on is when it really starts getting pretty tough. And I say that, and even then, I still have one, like, I don't know, let's say that I've participated in 20 of this total, right? I probably have won half of them. So there's still a good opportunity to get some W's in here, but I don't take it for granted. So I'm not gonna get cocky over here with, oh yeah, look at me winning. But what a pleasure is to drive this car. It really sucks that this car is in Class S. They should have made it a Class A, and then with this in performance, it will be actually pretty fun. It will be a good Class A car. But nope. They wanted to keep it at S, so S it is. Maybe, no, I think it would be a good Class A. Not amazing, but good overall. Alright, 4th one in the bag. Now, if you're enjoying this video, why don't you hit the like button? Come on, go ahead, do it. It helps me. It helps me to know that you're enjoying overall the Asphalt 9 content, even if it's on the Switch, and also because it helps the channel overall. So there's a little bit of interest in that sense too. So come on, go ahead, please, do it for me, man, please. Alright, so yeah, this guy crashed right at the start. Surprisingly, I still haven't... Wait a second, this doesn't have Himalayas, does it? I just thought about it. It has Shanghai, it has Osaka, and it has San Francisco. Does it have Himalayas? Maybe it doesn't have it, which honestly, I'm the happiest for, because that Himalayas track is the one that I have the most trouble with. I can do it right, but you know. But yeah, this one is, unless I do a massive, insane mistake, this one is also in the back, fortunately, for now. Oh yeah. This part, that part that I just passed, it used to give me so much trouble because I never realized that it was slowing me down, that it was rough terrain. And that is one thing that it's kind of annoying in this game, the whole thing of rough terrain. I mean, I love the mechanic, I just hate that it feels so inconsistent. Some things that look like should be aren't, and some things that doesn't look like they should be are. It's nonsense. All right, 5th one. Okay, here we go. Is it me or we have done like 4 times this same track? I mean, statistically speaking, it should be a little bit less than that, right? I don't know. Okay, save a bit of nitro here for the acceleration, and boom. I'm telling you, I have learned to do these tracks not only because of this, but mostly, honestly, I think the reason why I have gotten okay at the game... Oh, Jesus Christ! I say as I almost messed it up. Oh, but he left the track. Okay, I'm safe, I'm safe. But the reason why I think I have gotten decent at the game, again, not great or anything, just decent, it's because of the Grand Prix. Any Grand Prix that it's for a car that I really want, I legit try quite hard to get it. And that means practicing the tracks enough to try to get a decent results. And that is how I've learned, not necessarily speed tricks, well, a few here and there. I don't necessarily use the speed tricks themselves, but just in general to drive okay and really learn the track. Like I was saying, the whole thing with the rough terrain, really learn what is rough terrain, what isn't, where you need nitro, where you don't need it, where you're wasting, all of that stuff. Honestly, this route, this part that I just did, nobody takes it like that. I haven't seen people taking it like that, but for some reason it's very comfortable for me. They go on the left on that jump, but I don't know. I take a right and somehow it works. Sometimes, most of the times, I would say. Oh boy, this starts so suddenly. You're waiting in the queue for the race to start, and suddenly it loads you into the race already with the countdown. And you're like, ah, Jesus, resume recording. All right, this guy seems to know what he's doing. He's already started good. He's still behind me, but not by much. Oh, he took the right route? That gives me an advantage with this jump. Nice. Yeah, so what is this, like the 7th race or something? So you can see I'm already at the point where you start gonna finding more people that are more experienced in the game. But here we go, me and my Veneno just plowing through so far. What a beauty of a car, man, I tell you. I'm so happy. Actually, you know what? By the time I'm recording this, well, honestly, I'm recording it and I'm releasing this video on my time zone in January 1st, 2023. So later on, after January, when I think the next patch drops around February, the start of February, it's when they're gonna add the new career season, where you're gonna be able to get blueprints for the Veneno. If they do the same thing that they did in Global, as soon as that's released, as soon as the new patch drops, make sure to do those races. And I'll tell you why in the next race, in the 8th race. All right, this gave me a little... Oh, look at that! There is Himalayas after all. Wow. All right. So yeah, as soon as the new patch drops, with the... What is it gonna be? I think it's gonna be the British tour, or whatever it is. As soon as that drops, go into the career and do the races to get your Veneno blueprints as soon as possible. There is... Oh, sorry, but I did not mean to fall on you. The reason for that is because at first they're gonna be giving quite a few blueprints for the Veneno in there. I think they give like 5 blueprints on a few of the races, and later on that gets changed. Oh, you mother lover. All right, I'm not gonna really hate him for it. I don't necessarily think that he was trying to knock me down. You saw that I was already trying to do 360s anyway, because it was a ramp, so you expect to do a 360, or you're accustomed to do a 360 for the nitro. So all right, that's gonna be the first L. Like I said, you saw that this guy was keeping up with me right from the get-go, and then again, this is my worst track anyway. So hey, see, right on cue as I was talking about how much I hate this version or this track, I lose it, but it's fine. Yes, I was saying, so they're gonna give like 5 blueprints for the Veneno or something like that when the patch drops in some of those races, and later on that gets changed to like 3 blueprints, or maybe it's 8 and 5, I don't remember, but they change it and you get less blueprints. So you want to claim those as quick as you can, because man, you gotta make the most of it. All right, first L. All right, that's fine, I can live with that. Oh no, again Himalayas. Jesus. All right, let's keep it chill, let's keep it cool, let's focus, and let's do a good race. Man, I just don't like this track very much. All right, I'm gonna go on the right side of the start, because that's where I found most success. So check this out. Right off the start, don't use the nitro, save it. Then after a little bit, use orange nitro for the acceleration boost. And I go for this jump, but low. Just enough to get some speed going, do a good drift, and then shockwave right here. Well, the guy went actually on the longer route, so it seems that I should be safe for this race, but yeah. Yeah, this one I have to think a bit more, because I think most of the times that I've lost races in the 1v1s has been in this one, because I never know exactly which is the best route. I haven't looked it up on YouTube, like, see what the pros do in this track, and I keep seeing so many different things that they do, like this guy may do this other guy may do that, and I'm like, okay, so I don't know which one is objectively better. Maybe that just means that this track is well designed enough where regardless of which route it takes, it's approximately the same, and it really all depends on the player's skill. But still, that is kind of telling, right? That maybe the track that possibly requires the most skill is where I lose the most, because, well, skill issues, man. What can I say? But that's gonna be another W. Oh yeah. What is that? The 8W, I think? Should be, right? All right, so 8 W's, 1 L. We can do it. All right, at least we're not back in Himalayas. All right, don't use nitro, save it, start using it here so that you get this nitro bottle. And you can make the most out of that acceleration. Now, this upcoming part, I handle in 2 different ways. Sometimes I do this, where I save the shockwave and I do it over here. Especially since the Veneno has pretty good nitro, you can kind of afford to do that. Some cards, you don't really have that liberty because the nitro isn't long enough. But this one seems to work, because normally I've seen a lot of people do 360s off of that ramp where I use the shockwave. And that makes sense, right? Because you want to make keep some nitro going and all of that, but that definitely slows you quite a bit. So for the most part, I like just going straight on a shockwave, and I've seen pretty good results with that. And I know that on the left, I could take the little ramp and get some extra speed, but I seriously mess up that ramp so often that nowadays I don't really do it. Unless I'm behind. I'm already behind, and that's my Hail Mary attempt to get something going. But if I'm ahead, I don't do it, because I don't need it, and it's just risky. And trust me, it has bitten me in the back quite a few times where I'm already in the lead, and I do one of those risky moves just to show off, and I mess it up, and I lose the race because of that, so no thanks. Alright, back again in Shanghai. Racing against Paco. So let's do it. I gotta figure out what that big circular thing, spherical thing in the start of the race is. In Project Cars 3, a game that hold on, this guy's catching up. Alright, there we go. Jesus, he suddenly got really close to me. That spherical thing with a bunch of lights and whatnot, rewind it a little bit if you don't know what I'm talking about. I've seen it also in Project Cars 3, also in the China track, So I think that is probably what's it called? A landmark. But I have no idea what it is. I should look it up, probably. Am I? Probably, I'll forget. All right, so I got a little worried at the start because the guy was catching up to me, but seems like unless I mess it up real hard over here, I should be safe. Oh, he wrecked. Oh, rip, buddy. Rip and pepperonis, man. This jump, I'm not even sure that it really helps, but I take it from time to time. Sometimes I don't want to, again, when I feel like it's risky, but hey, it worked. All right, 10, nice. Osaka, let's do it. I like that little cat in the billboard behind. All right. He started good. He did not do the jump proper, but he's still right behind me. Oh no! Okay. He fell behind. Nice. That start of this track is tricky. It absolutely is. This is another one that took me quite a bit to get used to it, to make sure that you don't lose a ton of the speed in the first big turn to the left, and do it with perfect nitro and manage to get in the middle. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That. Yeah, you gotta do a turn to the left with nitro to not lose the speed. Oh, Jesus, he's still catching up. And then you gotta go through the little tunnel, not hit too many walls so that you can get maybe a perfect run and all of that good stuff. Oh, come on, Shockwave, could you please? I was trying to charge the Shockwave with tiny drifts, but it didn't want to get fully charged. Alright, so right now I'm ahead. I'm not gonna go for this jump, because that's another one that is risky. It's one of those Hail Marys when you really need to hopefully catch up. But for the most part, I'd rather not, because again, from time to time, you just end up hitting the bridge, and that's the end of your race. Oh yeah, 11 out of 12, we only have lost once. Alright, and we're back in Osaka again with the cat of good luck. Please smile upon me, cat. Same thing, so right here. First you need this jump for the nitro. A little bit of nitro and obviously the speed. Get this nitro bottle if you can, drift. And here, use a perfect nitro to go in the middle, right here. This is the part that I said that it gets tricky. Because if you haven't practiced it enough, you end up really easily not going inside of that place and instead either wrecking or going on the right side which ends up becoming a longer route. So that's why I said that that particular place is tricky. The rest of the track, I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's anything particularly tricky. Right here, obviously, depending on what car you're driving, is if you wanna drift or if you wanna just kind of bounce off the wall and ride it a little bit. This part I find annoying because of the whole rough terrain. It's very annoying to me, but hey, that's what's Osaka. Up ahead, this next part, Perfect Nitro for Dispatch is the one that I was talking about earlier. That is rough, and I really didn't expect it to be rough terrain. So then some do nice spinnies, and oh my god, 12th win! Oh yeah, baby, you know what that means? DBT won this tournament. It would have been better if I had been a clean sweep. I did get 1 L, but come on, 12 W's, I'll take it. I'll take it. And there's my reward for the 250,000 credits. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm telling you, this is fun. Now, once you do it, you can pay some tokens for it to refresh, or you can wait, in this case, the 12 hours before it does. But I think by then the entire thing will be over, isn't it? Oh no, there's still 14 hours. So once the cooldown is over, maybe I can play it again. I don't know. If I have time, I might do that. But there you go. Full tournament, W's, except for one. But overall, pretty good. I'm telling you, this is a lot of fun, and honestly, it does help a lot since you're driving the same tracks over and over, it really helps to kind of hone your skill on those tracks. So I do recommend that if you have the time and patience for it, go for it. It's fun, and you know, it also helps to get you make you a little better. Anyway, for now, why don't you check this video that I did yesterday for the end of the year where I drove the Cyan and the beautiful Veneno, or maybe you want to watch this other video where I drove the Veneno in every game that I played. But for now, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and stay safe. Bye bye.